Welcome, Endgame family. It's Thursday night football. We're getting you ready. And we. Right now it's just me, but don't worry, Pierre is on his way. Just running a little late. We got to get this thing going because we only have a couple hours. Before Pierre jumps on here, real quick, just want to run down some things, some injury statuses that may affect your start sit decisions for this week a little bit. So, real quick, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, still no practice this week. Really doubt we're going to see these guys. So, you may want to keep them out of your lineup, maybe plan on other options. Big news in San Francisco. Debo back at practice today. George Kittle was back at practice yesterday. Not looking good for Dejuan Jennings if Debo and Kittle are back. So we'll have to definitely monitor that one to see if they're playing. Some big studs limited today. Bijan Robinson limited with a shoulder injury. I'm not panicking here. I don't think you should panic either. I'm not saying don't bench Bijan Robinson. I think he'll be fine. We'll see. We'll see what tomorrow holds. But the other big one that I may be a little more concerned with is Nico Collins, limited with a hamstring. That's always makes you nervous. We've seen this already with AJ Brown with a hamstring. Was limited on a Thursday and hasn't played since. T. Higgins, well, I guess it was a Thursday. I think was limited hamstring, missed a couple games. Let's hope, let's hope that this is minor, but definitely something to think about. You're gonna have to think about because also Tank Dell is doubtful to play this week. Stephon Diggs, maybe gonna have to get all the Dalton Schultz. Maybe you can play Dalton Schultz this week. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Speaking of tight ends, we got two tight ends still not practicing. That's Evan Ingram and Sam Laporta. So they're looking more doubtful than good. So definitely keep that in mind if you are debating on your tight end. You know, if you have those guys and you're wondering if you should pick up a tight end, maybe, just maybe get a backup plan in place just in case there. And also we've got Deontay Johnson, some kind of groin injury, but he did say he's going to play. So I guess nothing to see here. Let's hope on that front. I think those are the big ones. Of course, if anything pops up during the stream, I will let you know. I'm usually on Twitter, checking it out, following it to see what exactly is going on in the world of football, especially with the injuries, who's in, who's out. But of course, also we have a game tonight. Some of you may have questions about tonight. Luckily, I don't think there's anybody that you really have to worry about tonight. Everybody's playing, so you should feel very good about CeeDee Lamb. I think Dak Prescott's going to have a good game. I don't think he's going to need garbage time tonight. I think he can be good without garbage time tonight. Jake Ferguson, a solid start at tight end. On the Giants side, I mean, you got to roll Malik Neighbors. We'll see. See which Danny Dimes we get tonight. Do we get a good Daniel Jones or a bad Daniel Jones? We shall see, but I still think you got to take a chance on Neighbors. You know I love Singletary. You watched our Booms video, heard me talk about him. I love Singletary tonight. Cowboys terrible against the run. So, you know, if you have a questionable decision like Singletary tonight or another questionable decision on Sunday, you might as well just roll with Singletary tonight. Because, of course, if you don't play him tonight and he goes off, you can't play him at all. So, Singletary looking like a good start. I mean, outside of that, really not a lot of fantasy relevance here tonight. So, definitely, of course, hoping for a good game tonight. That's the number one thing. And, of course, the number two thing is no injuries and lots of fantasy points for everybody. All right. So, like I said, Pierre will be hopping on here any minute now, and we will be going through your questions. But in the meantime, while we get ready and start to get going through your questions, I need to remind you of a couple things. Number one, Underdog. If for some reason you haven't tried Underdog yet, or if you're on Underdog, this is the best day. Thursdays are the best day for Underdog because they give you this 30% profit boost token. What that means is if you do a pick'em slip and your pick'em slip hits, you get 30% added to your winnings just by using this free boost. It's a free token. Everybody gets this. Whether you're new, whether you've been on Underdog forever, everybody gets this. So you definitely want to take advantage of this tonight while you can. Or, you know, you don't have to take advantage of it tonight, honestly, but you want to take advantage of it for sure. But you definitely want to take advantage of this Dak Prescott free customer special tonight. These are only for new customers. So if you haven't signed up on Underdog yet, you want to go sign up on Underdog. Use promo code ENDGAME. That'll get you this Dak Prescott new customer free pick going higher than half a yard tonight. All he's got to do is get a yard. Doesn't matter if it's passing, running, whatever it is. He gets 1 yard. You win. You pair this with any other pick or picks you like. It's an easy way to get a win right out of the gate. And you can even, well, I don't know if you can use the Dak Prescott and the token boost together, but you get them both as a new customer. And if you're watching this after the fact, maybe it's the game's already started, you don't have time to use this Dak Prescott one, it's okay. They got a Lamar Jackson one for this weekend for Sunday Night Football as well. So either way, you're going to get this new customer special. But you got to make sure when you sign up for Underdog that you do join using promo code ENDGAME, because not only is that going to get you that Dak Prescott or Lamar Jackson new customer special, but you're also going to get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000 in bonus cash. That's right. You make your first deposit, they match it up to $1,000. And that's money you can use right away. You can start using it right away. It's not like you have to, I know on some sites I can't say the word, but sports bet on, I guess. They'd make you, you have to do like X amount of, no, you get it and it's yours right away to use right off the bat. So make sure you do join using promo code ENDGAME when you sign up on Underdog. And of course, for tonight, we're probably going to be busy. We're probably going to answer a ton of super chats. We will try to answer some non-super chats as we do, but we are on a limited time crunch tonight. We only have a couple hours for the game. So if for some reason you can't super chat, you don't want to super chat, or your question doesn't get answered, that's okay. We got you covered. You can go download our app, Draft Lane. It's on the App Store or Google Play. And just for signing up for the first time, you're going to get a $10 credit that you can use to ask questions on there. You can ask all the same questions on there you do on the stream here. Start, sit, waiver wire, trades, rate my team, whatever you want, it's on there. So if you can't super chat or you don't want to super chat, this is another way to get your question answered as well. Just make sure you download Draft Lane, sign up for the first time, get that $10 credit to get your question answered. And I'm happy to say he made it. What is up, Pierre? Just in time. So I quickly ran down the news of guys who are looking questionable for this week. Some new injury pop-ups like Nico Collins, Bijan Robinson, Debo back at practice. What do we do for Juwan Jennings with Debo back?
Drop him back to the waiver wire. No. This might be a reason why we say, don't overspend your fab on an injury replacement. But hey, you can still start Jennings. Look, and showing up to practice doesn't mean he's guaranteed to play. Right. So it's also not overreact to that. But yeah, so yeah, I actually been here the whole time. I just wanted to hear you read the Underdog promo. I was just waiting.
Yeah. Well, I figured, I was like, I'm going to try to time it. And I did. It worked. Perfect. I was like, I'm going to time it where I'm reading the Underdog promo and then he'll jump on and then you'll be here. And then magically you'll be here. And it worked. You're here. So I think the people know what's up, but let them know what's up. How does the stream work if they're new tonight?
All right. Well, we do have a limited time before the first game of week 4 finally kicks off. And I always love it. It's like everyone says, TGI, if you're ready for Friday, but now it's like, you don't have to wait till Friday. Thursday night, it's like we have something to look forward to, and then there's Friday. And then I'm actually looking forward to Friday night because the Canes play on Friday night. Finally get to be proud to be a Canes fan again, as opposed to a Dolphins fan. But anyways, so you guys are here. You got questions, and especially if you do have questions about tonight's game, or you just want to make sure you get that lineup locked in before the first game kicks off, it's a good idea. So put your questions on here. We'll do as many as we possibly can. Super chats, of course, take the priority. If you want to guarantee that question gets answered, super chats your fast pass, or of course you can always use the Draft Lane app. And we'll also do questions from people. You might see they have that little, I don't know what you call that little symbol thingy next to them. I don't even know what is that. Anyways,
I don't know what that is. It's like
Royland. Who's first in line? That's the membership, you YouTube members. We'll get to our members' questions as well. And of course, all our folks are always on here. But let's start with Royland. 0-3 injuries. Yeah. All right. So let's start with the first one. Anthony Richardson or Jordan Love?
I'm just gonna bless you. I'm just gonna go with Jordan Love. Why? Like, let me see. Let me see Anthony Richardson. Again, I need to see him. I don't need to see Anthony Richardson throwing dimes. I don't need to see Anthony Richardson throwing for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, that'd be nice. I need to see Anthony Richardson running the ball 8 to 10 times a game, giving me that rushing upside. Look, Jordan Love coming back from injury against this tough Vikings defense is by no means a smash spot, but I mean, I can't put Anthony Richardson in my lineup again. I'll just go with Jordan Love.
Yeah, we don't. Sometimes, I guess, we don't always call somebody like a must sit. Like, you just can't start them unless they've been that bad. Usually, you don't really ask about them, right? If the guy is that bad, but it's not that Richard's been that bad. But man, the last 2 weeks he's killed you, and you have a good option. You have Jordan Love. Why risk another bad game by Richardson? And it just so happens it's not a good matchup for him at all. That's the thing. You should probably be worried about it anyways. So let's just not take the chance there. DJ Moore, Worthy, Waddle, Pittman. Okay, so we need 2 receivers, 1 running back between Steele, Bucky, Justice, and Spears. I see the injuries there. And knowing Royland, he probably had Pacheco, and then a flex.
Right. I also did not mention Romo Dunze with a hip injury today.
Saw that. So like Keenan's back and Odunze's, but Odunze's not out. He's
not out yet, but definitely something we'll have to monitor tomorrow, because it's never good when a guy like pops up on Thursday. Like, if they were already limited, it's okay. But if all of a sudden it's like, wait, where did this come from? That's not good. So point being, I think if Odunze out, it makes me even higher on DJ Moore, even if Keenan plays. But I think your 2 wide receivers are going to be DJ Moore and, I mean, do we just gamble on Worthy at this point? Like, what are we getting from Waddle or Pittman? Might as well just gamble on Worthy. Hope for a long touchdown or something. And then I think you got to flex. You're going to have to flex somebody too. I think you got to put Steele in at running back. Look, Bucky Irving has been limited with a hamstring injury as well. I mean, I know he's saying he's playing, but I mean, these hamstrings, man.
It's either Steele or Bucky. And, the Bucky thing, look, I get it. I'm in on him too, but it's just now pretty much 50-50. This isn't Bucky's backfield. And Todd Bowles made that clear. It's basically 50-50. So, but Steele
the problem is
Perine's 50-50 too.
Yeah, but I think I like Steele more. I'm not worried about Hunt. I think, like, if they get near the goal line, it's going to be Steele. So I think I go DJ Moore and Worthy at wide receiver, Steele at running back. The problem is we got to flex somebody between Waddle, Pittman, Bucky, Justice Hill, or Spears. Like,
for what it's worth, not that this will make anyone feel better or worse, but like a lot of suspicion that the Dolphins will start Huntley this week. I follow a lot of the Dolphins beat writers. They said that McDaniel doesn't want to give away who's the starter for competitive reasons, whatever. Somebody asked Tyreek Hill on the side, and he said to the reporter that he has only caught passes from Tim Boyle in practice so far. That's all.
So they're gonna start Tim Boyle, or Tyreek Hill is well coached about what to say.
It could be. Anyways,
I don't know. I'd probably just put Pittman in. I don't think I could start like Bucky or Justice Hill or Spears over Pittman. I know Pittman's been bad, but he's only been bad. Like, okay, if you need some reassurance for Pittman, he's got a 27% target share, which is an elite wide receiver 1 target share. He's got a 30% first read share, which is an elite first read share. And he's got a 10.1 ADOT over 200 air yards. So it's not like he's just getting little dink dunk things. He's getting actual passes. And he's 12 fantasy points below his expected. So if he had those 12 fantasy points, sure, he wouldn't be great, but you'd feel a little bit better about him. The problem is the Colts have the fourth lowest pass attempts per game right now. They're just not throwing the ball. So maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't think the Steelers are a team that's going to force him to throw the ball, but like Bucky Irving, Justice Hill, Tyjae Spears. I'm going DJ Moore, Worthy, Pittman, and Steele at running back.
Yep. Let's do that.
And I think because you came on late, you missed this. So Other John was actually the very first comment.
Oh, all right. So speaking of the Dolphins, can we sit Hill for those guys?
I don't think so. Not for D-Hop or Mooney. Not for D-Hop or Mooney.
This, in a twisted way, it would make me feel slightly less horrible about the Dolphins receivers if it was Boyle, because we had this conversation a lot. At least Boyle will throw the ball down the field. That's all I'm going to say. At least he'll actually attempt passes.
And then we had Dan. So I think we got to catch up to where you were. So.
Yeah, greetings. Okay, Garrett Wilson, J. Moore, Pickens. If Devontae's at Devontae, definitely trending out.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I honestly feel better about Pickens than Garrett Wilson this week. Yeah, I really do. I mean, we've just seen like at this point, I'm just avoiding Surtain if I can. I'm just avoiding them. Pickens has a good matchup against that Colts secondary. I know Kenny Moore is banged up. I don't know if I didn't see any practice reports for him today, but I know he's banged up. I'll just gamble on Pickens.
And once again, even though I said this last week, it didn't quite come through. This should be a very great matchup for Pickens. On paper, it's a great spot for him. So I don't want to risk J-Mo or Wilson give me nothing. Let's go Pickens.
All right, and then we had Tolu was the first super chat.
Tyreek.
Yep, we're gonna get a lot of Tyreek. Tyreek is certainly going to be on one of the thumbnails this weekend, no doubt about it.
For Quentin Johnson,
no. Yeah, I can't bench Tyreek for these guys. I just can't.
I could see a path for Watson because Love is back, but still, I'm not doing it. No.
And then he followed it up with, are there any Cowboys receivers on waivers, so not CeeDee Lamb, that you would flex over Tyreek?
Over Tyreek Hill? No.
Yeah.
No.
All right. I think that gets us caught up.
All right. So super chat to Bird Talk 93. Start 3, Neighbors, Olave, Godwin, Mason, and Deontay.
Man. So 2 of these guys are just going to be chilling on your bench, scoring a bunch of fantasy points.
Man,
I think you got to go Neighbors, Olave, and Godwin. Mason's fine. Like Deontay, groin injury today, although he said he's playing. I still like Deontay. I still like Mason, but I don't think you can bench Neighbors right now. I mean, look, maybe tonight Danny Dimes is so bad that Neighbors is terrible. But I'm rolling with him. I'm rolling with Olave. Godwin, how do you bench Godwin? He's been so good. So I think you got to bench Mason and Deontay.
Yeah, exactly. Godwin is not only the one I probably feel best about, he got the best matchup. He's the one who's like no doubt. And then Olave, I feel, is probably next in line. But look, Neighbors did enter the must start category, didn't he? So there you go. Let's do Don. Don has been back on and is of course a frequent flyer here. It's a tough tight end decision. Actually has 2 tight ends that are sort of worth starting. But which one do you prefer this week, Ferguson or Kincaid? Ferguson, of course, playing tonight.
I think you still got to go Kincaid at this point. I mean, he scored yesterday. I know it wasn't a big game. Yesterday on Monday. I know it wasn't a big game, but I'm not ready to start Ferguson over Kincaid just yet. So let's go Kincaid. But I mean, wouldn't shock me if Ferguson outscored him. But I think I'm still going Kincaid.
Yeah, this one is tough. Because talk about those Cowboys receivers. Jalen Tolbert's kind of emerging, sort of, but that's really also because Brandon Cooks has been fading and because Ferguson wasn't there. So Ferguson is a solid choice here, but I still think I like Kincaid better. But this one is almost a toss-up. All right, then we have Caden Chow. 10 T and PPR, quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receivers, and a flex. Got Caleb Williams, and Baker Mayfield. Barkley, Jones, Cook, Connor, nice. Moss, Ayuk, Rice, Olave, Worthy, Puka. Tight end is Mark Andrews. Okay, so asking to trade to upgrade at QB or tight end.
I wouldn't trade to upgrade at QB. I think with Caleb and Baker, you're fine. You can play matchups here. Again, I'm not trade like what tight end are you trading for right now that you're like, oh, good, I got this guy.
Right.
Maybe Brock Bowers, but guess what? Nobody's probably trading you Brock Bowers right now. And let's be real. Let's like some real talk here. How good has Brock Bowers even really been?
Right. Not dominating.
He's 0 touchdowns so far. I mean, he had like that one game where he caught a bunch of passes and then that's it. Like, he hasn't even been that good. Let's be honest here. Like, there's no way I'm trading for a tight end. I'd rather just pick up somebody. Like, I'd rather just grab somebody off the waiver wire and hope they give me 8-ish points and I'm fine at tight end. I mean, you certainly have a deep enough team that you could trade for a tight end, but I'm not doing it. I mean, maybe if you could trade like Worthy for McBride or something like that, okay, but that's probably it, and I doubt anybody's doing that. So
yeah, I doubt that. That's the thing is, you have good running back depth. Do you really want to get rid of that just to get a decent tight end? No. You're okay. I'm still a believer in Caleb Williams. You know, some people aren't. I think he will be totally fine. And again, even in quarterback, how many quarterbacks do you really feel so great that they've been dominant? Pat Mahomes has really not been good for fantasy. I mean, just flat out. Jalen Hurts come off a down game. You know, the top quarterbacks in fantasy are Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. I mean, like, nah, so don't do this. Juice. All right. Well, touched on this. Worried about Jennings if Kittle plays, and what if Debo plays? I mean, if hypothetically one or even both of those guys are back, is Jennings just like a must bench?
Pretty close. I mean, I know people are gonna I know it's hard to like not look at what he did last week and think, how can you bench this guy? But what did he do weeks 1 and 2 again? A whole lot of nothing. Like, if it's just Kittle, I think he's still startable. If it's Kittle and Debo, assuming again Debo, like let's say tomorrow Debo's like a full practice participant, and they're like he's good to go. Yeah, I'm not playing Jennings. And look, I know the Christian Kirk roller coaster. Trust me, I've had Christian Kirk many years in fantasy. I know the Christian Kirk roller coaster. But if you need something to make you feel good, Texans, not good against wide receivers this year. He gets a fantastic, one of the best matchups of the week out of the slot. Texans give up a lot to the slot. And he's actually 15 fantasy points below expected right now, so he's due for some regression. It seems like there's a lot of signs pointing to this could be a very good Christian Kirk week. Now, we've said that before about Christian Kirk, and he completely busts. So it's take it, accept it. But if Kittle and Debo are back, I would just play Kirk.
I would just play Kirk too, for sure. Mainly Debo. If Debo plays, I'm out on Jennings, but even with Kittle, as it is right now, he's just a strong flex play. So I'm fine even right now if you just play Kirk anyways. All right, this one, Sal's here, Plumbo. Devin Singletary startable? I'd say you believe he is.
More than startable tonight. I mean, of course, this is going to be the night watch where he does nothing, but I mean, he's looked good this year. He's running the ball great. Look, he was good last year when he got a chance. So why not? Dallas's run defense, horrible.
Yes. If you haven't seen the Booms video, check out the Booms video. Just going to say that. Gabriel, let's get back to Jennings real quick. He's saying, trying to sell Jennings. And look, all the questions we've been getting, not just here, but on Draft Lane. Sometimes people just say, hey, what trades can I make? I'm pretty much every time I see Jennings on a roster, I'm saying sell Jennings. I'm saying do it now, because you could have another day before all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute. Debo and Kittle are back. He's worthless. It's like sell him like right now. So he's saying he's got a league mate who may be desperate. Jennings, Akers for Bucky. That's not enough.
No, that's not enough. That's like Bucky's on waiver wire. I mean, not anymore, but he was, or he's a waiver wire. Same with Aiken. Like, yeah, I mean,
Get something.
yeah, get
I
something.
mean, keep trying to sell him, but that's not nearly enough.
Right.
Max Leitner has some injuries too. No surprise. Who are you starting here? BTJ, Akers, Javante Dobbs, or Lazard?
Yeah, so the reports of Damian Pierce being back this week, he better be back tomorrow because he hasn't practiced yet this week. So he's basically got one more day or he's not back. So I'm probably going Akers here.
Yeah. Feel even if Pierce does practice, they're just going to throw him in there and he's the starter. I don't think so. I think he'll get a few carries, but I think Akers is the guy.
Yeah, I think Akers is the guy I want. At home against the Jags, give me Akers.
Let's help out Zorian Thornton. Third flex. All right. Third flex. Tyrone Tracy, who's playing tonight, or Alexander Madison.
I think you got to go. I mean, I shouldn't sound so confident here because, like, I don't feel confident about either of these guys, but at least Madison gets goal line work and plays some snaps. I mean, we're all excited about Tyrone Tracy because he had 5 carries and 2 catches last week. Like, okay, yeah, he's there. But, yeah. I mean, what's the upside for Tyrone Tracy? Like 6 fantasy points, 7 fantasy points? Madison scored in 2 straight games. For whatever reason, he's the goal line back, even though last year he had 0 rushing touchdowns. Go Madison.
So very upsetting. Yeah, at least Madison has done something. It's Madison. Frosty, what is up? Considering flipping Etienne Waddle. Fine with that. Should I target Neighbors Pollard or Cook Pickens? Or is that not enough?
I think Neighbors Pollard should be okay. Should be enough. I mean, look, maybe after tonight, we're like, okay, maybe we need to pump the brakes on Neighbors a little bit. Like if Daniel Jones is just awful tonight. And like I could see tonight's game going either way. I could see like the Cowboys just continuing to blow it. Or I could see the Cowboys coming out and just manhandling the Giants, like knowing like, hey, we've sucked so far. We need to get better. And like Daniel Jones throwing like 3 interceptions and the Giants offense doing absolutely nothing. And then everybody's like, crap. They're like, oh yeah, this guy. But I still think I would take Neighbors and Pollard.
Yeah, actually, I think you could take either of these. I like Cook and Pickens too. I just feel a lot better about Cook than Pollard at this point. That's the thing. I mean, obviously, you got to feel better about Neighbors than Pickens. So it just depends. But I think you could do either. If you're going to throw in Kirk also, then you're really not getting too much of an advantage, I don't think.
Right.
So, no. Alexander Channel traded Braylon Allen for Reed.
Jaden Reed? You traded Braylon Allen for Jaden Reed?
I guess. That's amazing.
That's a great deal for you. I mean, this is how you do it, right? You buy low on a player who hasn't been very good the last couple of games because he's been stuck with Malik Willis. And you trade away a player who everybody's all excited about, he's sure, Braylon Allen's been good, but it's not like he's awesome in fantasy right now. Yeah, that's a great move. It's a great move.
That's really good. I mean, that's a great way to buy low on a guy like Reed. So well done. Richard Cinco. Monty or Ayuk in PPR?
I mean, I know it's PPR, but might have Kittle back, might have Debo back. I mean, maybe that helps Ayuk. I don't know, but I think you just got to roll with Monty right now until we see a game where, like, okay, and it's going to happen, right? We're going to see a game where Monty doesn't score a touchdown, runs for like 50 yards, and then it's like, okay, maybe now he's no longer like a guy you have to feel like good about. But I think with Debo and potentially Kittle coming back, I might just go Monty.
You're throwing me for a loop here. I'm surprised. I thought you'd automatically go for Ayuk. Maybe you are now all in on Monty, huh? The full Monty.
It's not that I'm all in on Monty, but when a guy, look, I've played this crazy game long enough to know, like, when a guy is doing this, you just ride it until he stops doing it. Like, I remember last year was Kenneth Walker. Okay, last year I said, "Oh, Kenneth Walker, he's being so overdrafted, he doesn't catch passes." And like the first 5 games, the guy had like 6 touchdowns, and everybody was like, "Ha ha 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 ha! You look so dumb." And then he stopped scoring touchdowns, and he did Kenneth Walker stuff, being like good sometimes, bad sometimes. Right now, Monty's on that heater. Just ride Monty for right now. Like there probably going to come a time, and it's unfortunately probably going to be the second half of the season when you really need him. He's going to stop scoring touchdowns, but until then, keep riding him.
Yeah, I mean, I got no problem holding Monty. I still think Ayuk should have better value rest of the season, but
yes,
you got pretty deep running backs here.
Wait, is this wait? My bad. Am I misreading this? Is this a trade, or is he asking like a start sit?
Well, actually, I don't know. It doesn't show either listed on the roster. I assumed it was a trade question.
Okay, if it's a trade, scratch everything I just said. I want Ayuk.
That's why I was surprised. I was like, I'm assuming this. It says Monty for Ayuk, so I'm assuming he's flipping. But it's funny because it says follow your Hero RB vid. You got Hero RB. I mean, I guess Henry was obviously your Hero RB. You got Connor. You must have got Connor at a good value, and then Mason. Obviously, you plucked, and then you got Chuba and B-Rob late. I mean, you have done a really good job getting those late round RBs. I mean, so you almost don't really need Monty on this team.
No. You do not need Monty. And this is exactly what we said in that Hero RB video. Grab that Hero RB. Grab those guys in the, later in the rounds that could be their RB1s, like Connor, we didn't say Mason, of course. Like Connor, yeah. I think we mentioned Chuba. I think we mentioned Brian Robinson Jr. We mentioned those exact guys. So yeah, you don't need Monty.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to Dion now. Benching AR, fine with that, but he's saying maybe we should be having Sam Darnold.
Well, I'm not super low on Sam Darnold. He's going to be in the streamers video on Saturday. I think he's a fine streamer. He's not my favorite streamer this week because, again, it's on the road against Green Bay. That's not an easy place to play, and it's also not a good secondary to go against. But I think Sam Darnold's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Again, I'm not doubting him. This week is okay. He's startable. I mean, listen, it's not like I'm crazy for him, but he doesn't have that rushing upside, which even a guy like Baker Mayfield will scramble, and he's pretty good at scrambling. He will run near the goal line because they don't really have a goal line back per se. Darnold's not doing that. So he just doesn't have as high of a ceiling.
Right.
That's all.
But I would still play him over Anthony Richardson, would you?
This week, yeah. This week, I'm fine with it. All right, Steve James, B-Rob, or Ayuk in the flex. I mean, this depends probably on the injury report to some extent, or you just go Ayuk.
Yeah, this is tough now with Debo potentially back. I mean, it's not a bad spot for Ayuk this week, that's for sure. And look, Ayuk actually has there's a lot of signs pointing to a big Ayuk week this week as well. But of course, if Debo and Kittle are playing, that's gonna hurt his target share a little bit. Also maybe it helps. Like, nobody really talked about this last week, but if you saw a lot of those Jennings catches, he was just like nobody even looking at him on the defense. It's like because they're like, well, we'll just shut down Brandon Ayuk. We just shut down Brandon, and they have nothing.
That's exactly what I think happened. Honestly, they were just like, Ayuk is not going to beat us, and then they're watching Jennings beat them. That's exactly what it was.
Also, it's the Rams secondary, but
yeah, they let everybody beat them.
So maybe having Debo and Kittle back helps Ayuk. I don't know, but man, it's PPR. Brian Robinson also in a really good spot this week against the Commanders without Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
I might go Brian Robinson here, honestly, but man, it could be an Ayuk boom week. But I feel like Brian Robinson's floor this week has to be so high, such a high floor this week.
Yeah, I think the higher ceiling goes to Ayuk. Everything was pointing last week to an Ayuk huge week, and it was just the other 49ers receiver. And I really think it was part of that. They were just like, we're going to double, we're going to shadow, we're going to do whatever, throw everything at Ayuk. And they obviously let Jennings run wild, and nobody thought that would happen. So I still think it's a good bounce back week for Ayuk. Really do. But if you want to take I'm pretty sure you'll get me double digits. Take the floor here. It's B-Rob. So Steve, it kind of depends on your matchup. Rahul, Ramesh, lock it or leg it, or is it Leggett?
I'm taking Leggett or Leggett or however you pronounce it. What I mean, even the games where Lockett gets targets, like what does he really do? Like what is he really like? What is he really giving you this year? Let's see what Leggett can do. I don't think he can be significantly worse than Lockett, and maybe he can be better.
Yeah, why not? It's actually, I'm in on Jason this week, but not really in on Lockett this week because, again, Jason has taken over the primary slot role there. I really think he's the one who could benefit. I still think this is a great time to buy low on Jason. Might be your last chance, but yeah, Leggett is it. And then we have Rookit. Welcome back, Rookit.
What's up?
12-team PPR. He was with us all last year. AR Fields, DK
Just
London,
go.
Flowers, Waddle, Kirk. So I was going to read the whole thing. Hall, White,
Yeah.
Irving, Warren. Okay, so are we sitting AR with Fields?
Yeah, just go with Fields this week. Not happy with White as my RB2. Could I imagine a trade for Pollard? Maybe. There's still people that believe in White. And look, White isn't completely dead yet. I think you could do White for Pollard.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's got White and Irving. I mean, you want to basically put your eggs in that basket and hope Irving gets the job and runs away with it. That's fine. But yeah, you do need you hate to have that running back situation where you're like, who's the guy? And then which one do I start? And you just don't know. It's really,
Right.
it's kind of aggravating. At least we know Pollard is mostly the guy.
Yep.
So you can sit Richardson. Yeah. DK, you got to start. Flowers, you got to start. I think London would be your flex or third receiver, I can imagine. So there you go. Abel. Collusion or just a bad trade. These guys are 1-3 and 1-2. All right, now you have my attention. The guy who's 0-3 gets Rice, Jacobs, and Downs. The 1-2 guy gets AJ Brown, Pollard, and Reed.
I don't really see anything terribly wrong with this. I mean, AJ Brown, Rice, pretty even. I would prefer Jacobs over Pollard. I'd prefer Reed over Downs, but I really don't see anything. Like, what am I missing here?
I don't see one sided. We're like, oh wow. I mean, this actually seems pretty fair.
Yeah, this seems. I mean, maybe you could argue I like the Rice side better. You could argue I like the AJ Brown side better, but I don't think it's lopsided either way.
No, it's fine. And these guys are both losing records. I'm not sure how this helps one side clearly.
Like, I'll take your losers, you take my losers. Maybe that'll like jumpstart them. Maybe that'll jumpstart them. Although Rice has been great.
Yeah. No, this trade's fine. Okay. Pick 2 receivers in PPR. Evans, Godwin, Zay.
I mean, I was about to say it's got to be the first 2, but do you want both Bucs wide receivers? Maybe you do this week.
And the Ravens, who the Ravens get? I don't remember.
It's not a good spot. They get the Bills. It's not a great matchup for Zay this week. I mean, I'm not out on Zay. Certainly not out on Zay Flowers, but not a great spot for him this week. I mean, I'm okay going both Bucs wide receivers. I think they could both have good games this week. If you don't want to go both Bucs, you can go Godwin and Ayuk.
Yeah, both of them. They're probably the 2. If you're going to rank them, we don't necessarily put out weekly rankings per se because it's not always that helpful. I think I would probably have Evans, Godwin the highest, but I'm okay if you go Godwin, Ayuk. I really do think Ayuk could have a bounce back week. All right, and then we have Mirinda Nicely. Welcome. Would you start Dalton over Richardson?
Oh yeah, definitely. Dalton's going to be the cover boy for the streamers. Yeah, definitely Dalton.
There you go. Hey, why not? Revenge game narrative. You got to love it. I think we gone too long without a defense question. So Kevin B, Cowboys or Raiders? Cowboys play tonight.
Yeah, I think you got to go Cowboys tonight. Raiders. Look, Max Crosby hasn't practiced either. Not saying he's going to for sure miss, but if they lose Max Crosby, what does that defense have left? And they just got lit up by Andy Dalton. I think you got to go Cowboys tonight and just say like, hey, I'm betting on the real Daniel Jones playing tonight. And like Daniel Jones wasn't even good last week; he was horrible. Malik Neighbors was good.
Yes. I wouldn't bet on it, but I feel this is one of those games where the Cowboys, get right.
Yes.
The Raiders defense was the biggest trap last week. They get Carolina. Yeah. How'd that go? Exity needs 3 PPR, 2 receivers, and a flex. All right. So which 3 here? Ayuk, Tyreek, Deontay, Pollard, Zay, Garrett Wilson, and Terry.
Ayuk. So 2 wide receivers and a flex. I'm going Ayuk and Deontay Johnson at wide receiver. I might go Terry in the flex between him and Zay. But again, like I said, Zay Flowers has a tough matchup this week. Terry has a pretty good, not a smash spot, but a decent matchup against the Cardinals. I might go Ayuk, Deontay, and Terry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ayuk and Deontay out, and then at flex. I think with this group, you can sit Garrett Wilson comfortably. I do think Terry is worth a shot here over Zay based on the matchup. So let's do that. Let's see real quick here. Kai Couture. Is Wan'Dale Robinson startable tonight?
Barely. I mean, he'll probably get you some points. So if you're like, I just need some points, then yeah, he'll do that. But I don't see Wan'Dale Robinson having a big game tonight.
I mean, it always depends over who, but I can't think of many who's that I wouldn't necessarily put over him. So probably not. All right, we got a super chat from Tyler Springer. We are trying to get to all the super chats primarily. I don't see questions. So Tyler, if we get to it, we'll put it up. I'm going to keep going until that happens. All right, let's do now Mickey Morris. Yeah, new here. All right, Mickey, thanks for joining us. And welcome. New to fantasy, not just new to the end game. All right, so let's do right here.
Yes.
Pollard or Jacobs?
I think you still got to go Jacobs. Love is back. That should help. Got to go Jacobs over Pollard.
Yes, definitely Jacobs. I feel a little better about Pollard than I did before the season, but not that much better. I actually do feel better about Jacobs, a lot better than I did before the season. And then also got Singletary, Mixon, and Hubbard. Okay.
Yeah, I still think you got to go Jacobs, even though I like Singletary tonight and he should have a big game. I don't think I can put him over a guy like Jacobs. And Mixon probably not playing, and the same thing with Chuba. I can't put Chuba over Jacobs.
Right. So yeah, so I'm not sure if you're asking just for one running back here. If so, I think Jacobs has got to be the first choice. I mean, out of this group, would you say Mixon's not playing? Is Singletary your number 2 choice, or is Hubbard?
No, Singletary would be my number 2.
Yeah, I think so. All right, well, good luck. And then Alan Wendling is back, accepted the trade for Hill. All right, we like that, buying low. Next move. I love it. Looking ahead, Lamar, JT, Tony Hill, and Jason for Etienne and Pitts, Keenan Allen, Bowers, JSN, 14-team league. You have Jennings. Just try to sell high. Jet Naylor too, because Addison's coming back.
Yeah, Jennings, Naylor, those guys are good sell highs. Maybe try to trade Jennings and Naylor and get a little upgrade at wide receiver. because you got Hill, who we'll see. You got JSN, who I like. You got Keenan, who should be back this week at least. So yeah, maybe try to package Jennings and Naylor.
Yeah, otherwise you're pretty good.
This is also a good time to trade Hawk. Like all these guys that could potentially come back off of IR next week. It's a good time to trade him right now because I don't think Hawk's coming back off IR next week, but people might think he will.
Yeah, there's a little buzz now. Like, oh, he's coming. He's our savior. He's going to save the tight end position. Look, just wait. Just wait. Okay. Then we have LA 5150, Pollard or J.K. Dobbins. Dobbins.
Oh man. I think I got to go Pollard against the Dolphins. It's a good bounce back spot for Pollard this week. And the Chiefs, maybe Tyler Heineke. I mean, I know he'll get the touches, but man, he faced a tough run defense last week. Didn't look good. I think I'm going Pollard here.
Yeah, based on matchup, you got to give the edge to Pollard. So let's assume he bounces back. And second running back next to Bijan, flex, Pollard or Godwin.
Godwin, definitely Godwin.
No doubt there. Have JJ Metcalf, Hurts, or Darnold?
Hurts. If I have Hurts, I'm just playing Hurts.
Yes. Again, not that we're that low on Sam Darnold. Come on. It's Jalen Hurts. Hustle Kings play Rico Allen White RB2 this week.
I think you still got to go Rachaad White here. It's not like Rachaad White died. I mean, it feels like he did. It feels like he did, but he didn't.
Yeah, I know. Braylon Allen is kind of large and like barely startable as an RB2. I think just go Rachaad White.
Yeah, and Bucky Irving dealing with a hamstring injury, so we don't even know. Maybe Bucky Irving's going to be limited. Maybe he won't even play. Yeah.
The legendary critique. All right. Trade Carr, Komet, and Jennings for a strong RB. Absolutely.
Yes. If you can, yes. I don't know if you can. This is like the hey, look, it's three guys. Hey, look, three guys platter over here. How's that interest you?
It's like, look at what all these guys did last week. Just check it out. Look at those numbers.
Numbers.
I love it. Legendary critique. It's such a, again, this is like in a nutshell without being, we try to answer specifically this guy for this guy, but this is such a perfect kind of synopsis of exactly what we try to tell you to do. Like, take those guys and what do you call it? The 3-guy platter. I like that.
Yeah, the 3-guy platter because it's not like, like, do you want like the 3-course platter over here with like your mediocre meal, or do you want your one delicious juicy steak? That's kind of like what you're doing here, right? Like, hey, look, here you get like 3 not so good cuts of beef, but there are 3 of them, and I'll take your one like great cut. It's just one, but you know what I mean, like that. Like that's kind of what you're trying to do, right? You're like, look, exactly 3 cuts of steak here. You only have 1 cut of steak. Yeah, it's much better than these 3, but it's only 1.
It's not like these guys are worthless or nothing. You're not like swindling somebody, but you're doing a smart thing. I imagine those old TV dinners, the tray with the Salisbury steak and like the mashed potatoes and then like the 3 different sections. That's what I mentioned. Like, it's good. It's not bad.
Right.
Come on. There's a steak over here on the side. All right, let's move on. Hero with a what? Okay. DJ Moore or Singletary?
Wasn't that the panda? Wasn't that the panda that died like a few years ago or whatever? Hero the panda? Am I wrong about that? I might be wrong about that.
I'm not
there's
familiar
some panda that like died a few years ago.
Now I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm familiar with Harambe, but I don't know about the panda.
Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, I'm starting DJ Moore. Even though I put Singletary on the boom, I mean Pierre put DJ Moore on the boom. I understand, like, he's still Singletary of the Giants. There is bust potential here tonight, especially if the Giants just roll him. So let's go DJ Moore.
If this is, I mean, you're saying it's a 12 team, or you're not saying it's PPR. If it's PPR, I think you go DJ Moore. If it happens to be standard, you can go Singletary. All right, let's get to Nando's world. Welcome back, Nando. Full PPR, flexing, got Singletary, JMO Jennings, fantasy endgame for life. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Let's go Singletary here. Not a good matchup for Jameson Williams, and you don't want to risk, like you don't want to hold, like you don't want to not play Singletary tonight. Although if he has a bad game, you might want to not play Singletary tonight. But let's hope that doesn't happen. And then on Sunday they're like, yeah, Debo and Kittle are playing, and then you're like, oh man, now I have to start Jennings. So let's just go Singletary tonight.
Yeah, I know it's funny because typically when say hey, lock in your flex on Thursday night with the running back, but this is your best option. You can do this because Jennings. Again, right now he's a strong flex option, but he might not be on Sunday. I mean, you really don't know. And we just worried about JMO. All right. Good luck. The Bassinator 318. Trade Barkley and Higgins for the Sun God and Achan.
Yeah, I think I do this. I don't think the drop off from Barkley to Amon-Ra is that big. But I think the upgrade from Achan to Higgins is pretty big here. So look, the next 3 weeks for Achan may not be his best, but when Tua comes back, this is going to be a win for you.
Yeah, I would do this. I'm on Achan side. If that's what you're getting, go for it. J-Dub, 8-man, tight end problems, Kittle or Komet.
Well, I don't think there's a tight end problem. Either Kittle plays and you play him, or he doesn't and you play Komet. This is a good kind of tight end problem to have.
Yeah,
it solves itself.
If Kittle plays, I think you just plug him right in your lineup.
Yeah,
no concerns there. All right, this might be a problem. Gerardo Sosa, not a super chat, but let's do it. Would you bench Tyreek for a Cooper?
I would. This is looking like another potential Cooper boom week. I mean, I know it's Deshaun Watson, but man, he gets that. Like Andy Dalton. Look at what Andy Dalton just did to this Raiders secondary. Like look at what Deontay Johnson just did to this Raiders secondary. Maybe Deshaun Watson can't throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he can at least get Amari Cooper a good game against his secondary. Let's go with Cooper.
Yes, I can do this, even if Tim Boyle is the quarterback.
That makes you feel so much better about Tyreek Hill.
Look, we're trying to find solace anywhere we can these days. Larry Langusta, bench Tyreek for DJ Moore.
Yes,
definitely.
Just go with DJ Moore.
Definitely. All right. What about Marco Nava? Sorry. Trade Dobbins for Reed.
Yeah, I think this is a good deal. If you need wide receiver help, I think this definitely is a good deal.
Yes, I would do this. All right. Jamie Steffen needs an RB2. Do you like Najee, B-Rob, or Singletary?
Yes, I like them all.
Yeah.
I'll say, though, I like, okay, if you don't play Singletary tonight, there's a chance you're leaving a big game on the table. But there's also a chance that the Cowboys just rout the Giants and Singletary doesn't have a big game. So I think even though I do really like Singletary and I have a hard time not starting Singletary this week, I think I still go Brian Robinson. I just feel like his floor is so high this week. Remember, no Austin Eckler. I'm not worried about Jeremy McNichols taking significant work from Brian Robinson. Like Brian Robinson should not only be the workhorse running back, but he should also catch a decent amount of passes. The Commanders' offense looks good. And like I said, he gets that very nice matchup against the Arizona Cardinals, 25th against the run right now. I'm just going to play it a little safe here, I guess. Not that Brian Robinson doesn't have a ceiling, but I feel like his floor is just so much higher than these other guys. I'm going Brian Robinson.
Right. With Eckler out, already ruled out, I think you got to feel even better because he's going to get, for sure, at least a couple of receptions. This week, I like Najee, and it doesn't happen too often these days, but I like him a lot in this matchup. You've got to feel good about Singletary, but I still think Robinson's just a little bit above them, especially because of that injury to Eckler. So here we go. all good options. Eddie J, wide receiver 3. We're getting a little deeper here now. Got Pittman there. We got Tutu, QJ, and Michael Wilson. It's standard, by the way. I just noticed that. Standard.
Oh, standard?
Yeah. So who gets you that big play, that touchdown, that chunk yardage?
It might be Michael Wilson this week, honestly. Going against that Commanders defense. I mean, because it's standard, right? So you're not like, so if Pittman goes out there this week, let's say Pittman has like a good game, like 7 catches, 75 yards. What does that really get you in? Like 7.5 points in standard scoring, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, maybe Quentin Johnson can score, but yeah, 2-2. I think I just gamble on Michael Wilson against the Cardinals. Hope he hits on a big play, a touchdown.
Yep, and I'm seeing a few more Wilson questions. Obviously, y'all saw the video that just came out. So I'm big on Wilson. I think why not? It's the Commanders. Pittman, let's see more. 2-2, just feel like is a trap like all Rams receivers. And then QJ, not this week. Maybe next week you go back to Johnson, but this week it's Wilson. All right, prime time. Need 2 receivers in a flex. Ty Hill, Garrett Wilson, Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving, Kincaid, Braylon Allen, Yoshi.
All right, well, Godwin for sure, a wide receiver. Oh, man. Do we go Garrett Wilson against Sertan or Ty Hill against Tim Boyle?
Well, you know what? With this group, I mean, I don't know. Kincaid for tight end, fine, but we're not flexing Kincaid. I'm not flexing Braylon Allen. I think I might just, despite hating the matchups and the either Boyle-ness or Huntley-ness of the quarterback situation, I'll probably just go with the first 3 guys.
You know what? You got a good point. I think I would too, because, yeah, I don't want to flex Kincaid. I don't really want to flex Braylon Allen or Josevich, even though Josevich keeps scoring touchdowns. That's like all he does. Yeah, I'm just going the first 3 and praying to the fantasy gods to make it right.
Make it right. That's a good one. All right. Jared Hodges, Stroud, or Daniels?
Well, this was pretty easily Stroud until today, because we know Tank Dell, they're saying, is doubtful to play already this week. Now Nico with this hamstring. What if Nico misses this week? And now he's just throwing to Diggs and Schultz.
Then I'm backing up off of my Stroud boom pick for sure. If Nico doesn't play, which
exactly. Again, so I think this really comes down to Nico. If Nico plays, I'm playing Stroud. But if Nico's out, because look, we saw this with AJ. We saw this with T. Higgins week 1. Hamstring, midweek hamstring, missed 2 weeks. AJ Brown, midweek hamstring, hasn't played since. Let's hope. I really hope that's not the case with Nico. But this is the one that scares me. The midweek hamstring probably scares me more than anything. So let's keep an eye on this. Right now, I'm going to say Stroud, but if Nico's out, I'll just play Daniels.
Yeah, completely agree with that. And that means I'll kind of unofficially, which it's too late to retroactively change the video that's already been published, but just pretend I swapped out CJ Stroud for Stephon Diggs, which I thought about doing in the first place.
Yeah, you did.
Not knowing Tank Dell was going to miss Nico, man. Okay, Goddard or Ferg?
I'm still going Goddard. It does not sound like AJ Brown or Devonta Smith are playing this week. You got to think it's going to be a huge Goddard week. Going Goddard.
Yes, you got to play Goddard. If there is a tight end that's a must start, like it's this week, it's Dallas Goedert. Speaking of tight ends, I know, Dynamite. It's a 1.75 PPR for tight end bonus. So if Njoku plays, would you flex him over Brian Thomas?
I got like Dynamite. I would love to see is our tight ends even. They're probably still terrible even in this format, because how many catches are they getting? Like 3, 2. It's like barely even a boost. But yeah, if Njoku plays, I'm playing him over Brian Thomas, and it does sound like Njoku is trending towards playing. So
that's good. Yeah, if you get this bonus, sure, go Njoku. It's not a bad spot for him. Chinonso, JSN, Odunze, Jennings, Godwin 2, and flex. So,
well, let's just go right now. Let's just go Godwin and JSN, because Odunze showed up with a hip injury today. Hoping it's not something bad there. And then Jennings, of course, with Debo and Kittle potentially coming back. Let's just go Godwin and JSN.
Yeah,
Oh, we got
Godwin,
to start
Jason.
two.
But if you have to flex somebody,
well, okay, then I'll say if Odunze plays, he's my flex. Obviously, if he doesn't play, then you're going Jennings.
agree. I'm big on Odunze if he's healthy, just like DJ Moore. All right, Bobby Brook needs two flex. Bijan, Cook, Mason, Javante, Wilson, Flowers, Reed, Terry, Deontay, and JMO. Drop anyone for Njoku if McBride is out. Well, you might have to.
Yeah, but who are we dropping here? Javante, I guess. Yeah, you can drop Javante for Njoku. I would probably drop Javante for Njoku anyways. I mean, not a bad thing to have two usable tight ends this year. Drop Javante for Njoku.
All right, so two running backs, Bijan and Cook, or you got to go Mason?
Man. Let's see. James Cook.
We might flex him because we're not wanting to start Garrett Wilson here if possible.
Yeah, not a great spot for James Cook this week against the Ravens, but still, let's see. Two wide receivers are going to be, well, I think I'm going Terry and Deontay at wide receiver. I could flex Flowers, but I think I'm going those three running backs. I think I'm going Terry and Deontay. And then those three running backs.
Yeah, you have good receivers, Bobby, but some of them are just not going to have good weeks, right? Jameson Williams probably not going to have a good week, or at least you don't need to risk it with these guys. Garrett Wilson, I don't think you need to risk it. Jaden Reed, it's like on the cusp of being a strong start, but I don't know about this week. So I'd say Deontay I feel the best about. And then it's more like Flowers for floor, Terry for ceiling, but you might as well just go with the three running backs. All right, and then let's get to Eric Sanchez. Eric's question. It's got to be close by. I
feel like it usually is.
It usually is. There you go, Eric.
All right.
One QB, two running backs, two receivers, tight end and a flex. Bijan, Etienne, Brooks. Well, you can't start Brooks. So those two running backs. Receiver, Devontae Smith, he can't start. Harrison, Metcalf, Johnson, Higgins. Okay, he's saying League Mate is willing to give me Gibbs and Moss for Metcalf and Brooks.
You know, for your team, I might do this because when I look at your running backs, I mean Bijan, Etienne, Brooks. Like if Brooks doesn't come back soon, or if Chuba keeps playing well and when Brooks comes back, he's rarely playing. I mean, you're just relying on Bijan and Etienne every single week here. But you have Devonta Smith, Marvin Harrison, Deontay Johnson, T. Higgins. Even without Metcalf, you still have four really good wide receivers. So I think I take Gibbs and Moss. Although I would prefer, if possible, if you could switch Moss with a wide receiver, not a stud wide receiver, but somebody comparable to Moss. Like maybe he has Jameson Williams or somebody like that. But if not, I think this team needs Gibbs more than it needs Metcalf right now. And probably long term too.
Yep, I think that makes sense. Very thin at running back. So that's a fair trade. Yeah, why not? Go for it. Alex Stevens. All right. I think this is made easier with Dell. Getting to probably not wait on Dell. But if Jalen Tolbert, again, playing tonight, is the replacement, you just put him in there.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying Dell is doubtful. I mean, it's Thursday, and they're saying he's doubtful. That's not a good sign. You probably just have to gamble with Tolbert. Good luck, Alex. I'll be rooting for Tolbert tonight.
Yes. Yeah, I think you got to do this. And then Anthony Fusaro. Thank you, Anthony. Would you trade Xavier Worthy and Brian Thomas, the two rookies, for DJ Moore?
Yeah, just give me DJ Moore. I mean, look, maybe these guys both come around. Maybe one of them comes around, but maybe they don't. Just give me DJ Moore.
This is it's only been 3 games, right? End of the season could be very different, but so far this has been pretty much exactly what I expected from these 2 rookie receivers. They will make big plays once in a while and then do nothing a lot of the rest of the time. So for fantasy, risky flex every week. Roll the dice. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Give me DJ Moore. 95, yes, doing well as always. We're talking football. Can possibly get better than this. So in my other league, which running backs to start? Happy PR.
JT and Mason are my must starts here. Like I don't know how many you need, but I would go JT, Mason, Jacobs, B-Rob, Singletary would be my order.
Gotta start JT. I mean, no doubt. Jacobs is really going to be interesting because, it's not Malik Willis anymore, probably Jordan Love, but it get that Minnesota defense. Not going to run it 30 times, and he might have a little more resistance, but he's still a strong start. Man, you have 5 really good running backs, actually.
Yeah. Yep.
I see why you can't decide, because you have 5 good choices. So I think you got to start JT. I know it's not a great amount. You got to start JT. I think I would put, Mason second. Man, Jacobs is hard to evaluate this week. I might go B-Rob third. I don't know. All right. Jacob, the aspirational mutant.
All right.
Okay. Bench Mahomes for JD.
Why not? Like, Mahomes hasn't been terrible. He just hasn't been great. But Jaden Daniels just has a ceiling so much higher than Mahomes. Look, even if Jaden Daniels is bad this week, is he going to be like way worse than what we've been getting from Patrick Mahomes? I mean, you've been getting like 17, 18 points from Mahomes. JD can still get you 12 or 13 in a bad week, but he can get you 25 to 30 in a good week. So let's go JD.
Why not? Not a good week for Mahomes. Yes, I think it's time. Manny Calderon, a limited Njoku? Well, we'll see. Or a fully healthy Gesicki.
Give me a limited Njoku. I might take an out Njoku over a healthy Gesicki.
Njoku plays it.
If Njoku doesn't play, it still might be him.
Julio wants. I'll let you read this one.
Okay. Gibbs, Kyron, HN, Jordan Mason, Braylon Allen, AJB not playing, DJ Moore, Jameson, Deontay, 2-2-1. Oh man. All right. Well, wide receiver is easy. It's DJ Moore and Deontay. I'm definitely flexing a running back here. I think based on the running backs you have, I'm going to go Gibbs, Kyron, and Mason. Achan's still a very good start this week, no doubt about it, but let's not risk it with maybe Tim Boyle or maybe Snoop Huntley. You got 4 stud running backs. Let's just go Gibbs, Kyron, Mason, and then DJ Moore, Deontay at wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm going to agree pretty easily with those. Don't
drop AR5 for Darnold or Caleb. Drop somebody else, pick up Caleb, but don't drop. Because what happens if you drop Anthony Richardson and he runs for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns this week? You know what I mean? Like, drop somebody else for Caleb.
You can stream one of those guys for this week, but yeah, I don't know. Don't drop them. Hey, look, you're in a 10-man league. Braylon Allen isn't like a must hold because you already have good running backs.
Right.
Just Sebastian. Gibbs in London for Amon-Ra and Pollard.
No, I want Gibbs in London because I feel like, again, I don't feel like Gibbs and Amon-Ra, they're pretty comparable to me, right? Stud running back, stud wide receiver, but I definitely want London over Pollard. So I'm taking the Gibbs in London side.
Yes. Pollard, again, I still want to see a little bit more. I feel more solid with the first 2. Okay, let's help Brittany out. Brittany Haddon is wanting to bench Dak for Josh Allen.
Yes. I mean, there
This,
should be no reason not to ever start Josh Allen, honestly.
yeah, this implies that Josh Allen has been on your bench. Josh Allen
Right.
should not be on your bench ever, probably. So, yes, definitely play Josh Allen. Brandon Rosales, Dowdle or Cam Akers?
I know everybody's all excited about Dowdle this week. I guess because he got more run last week, but I don't know. I'm going Akers. I don't think Mixon's almost certainly not playing. If Pierce plays, he's going to be very limited. Let's go Akers.
Yeah, I'm so surprised we're getting so many Dowdle questions, and I'm trying to figure out why also as well. Yeah, this is almost kind of like with the Bucky everything. Like, I get it. He's been better. He looks good, but you have to look more, focus on the numbers, not the narrative. You know what I mean? Not the
Yeah,
media.
he had 8 carries and 3 receptions. Like, I don't. Yeah.
All right. Joe, what are my playoff chances? It's too early to say.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the team though. 10 team, PPR, not gonna care that you're 1 and 2. Doesn't matter right now. JD, H-Hand Mason, B Rob 4 down, CMC.
I would say
Nico
your
Neighbor.
playoff chances are very high. You have studs everywhere. Your studs
Yeah.
everywhere. Playoff chances very high, Joe.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do Hustle Kings. Need help at RB2. Rico, Rashad White, or Braylon Allen?
I mean, I'm still going Rashad White here. Maybe I'm sleeping on Rico. Maybe the guy talked up Rico all off season is sleeping on Rico, but yeah, I'm still going Rashad White.
Yeah, in this case, it's going to be Rashad White. Well, Braylon Allen might be one of those guys you can throw in a lineup, but it's not like a smash spot. I'd just go with guy who getting touches, Rashad White. And then G Dallas, 1. Mike Evans, Cooper, Ridley Higgins.
Oh my god, I think it's got to be Evans here, but man, it's tough having some of these guys on your bench. But I think it's got to be Evans.
Yeah, it's Evans here. Cooper has upside. Evans smash spot. Could get squeaky wheel treatment just a little bit. Sir Boomer, been active, of course, as well. But here's a question: QB 4-point TD. Okay, what's a reasonable expectation for Love? Someone has offered Spears or Michael Wilson for one.
Especially if they have Anthony Richardson, I might try to squeeze a little more.
Yeah, I can get more.
Maybe, I mean, like, what about, like, a Jameson Williams? A JSN? Maybe, even a Najee? A Singletary, although he's playing tonight. Or maybe even, like, gamble on Pittman if they have Pittman. I think you can get more than Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I feel like you should be able to get more. Jake Hubert. Let's see. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Jake. We'll see if there's a question here. Also, a good time to remind you, if you are spamming the chat, then you are doing a good job at not getting your question answered. So make sure you don't do that. That's not helpful. Just makes it take longer for us to get to the other questions we're going to answer. So, all right, Jake. If I see a question from you, then we'll put it up. If not, we'll just. Oh, here it is. PPR pick 1, 1, and 1 amongst Pollard, Chuba, Walker, Flowers, Ayuk, and London.
Man, it's PPR. Let's go Ayuk and London at wide receiver and flex. Man, Pollard and Chuba is tough. Very tough this week. I mean, you got Flowers too. I don't know. I still think I go Ayuk and London. I know it's hard to bench Flowers, but this is not a good spot for Flowers this week against that Ravens second. I mean that Bills secondary.
Saying that the game script scares you, like wondering that the Niners are going to be up big and not pass it.
Yeah, don't worry about. I'm not worried about that.
I don't think so. The Pats have at least. They weren't last week, okay, against the Jets, but they've mostly been competitive every game. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm going Ayuk in London. It's between Pollard and Chuba.
Pollard riskier, Pollard more upside potentially. I think I'm gonna go Chuba. I think I have to go Chuba after last week.
That's fine. Yeah, because it's close, so that's fine.
All right, Bobby Brook needs some more help here. All right, any trades or drops? So here's the full squad. Got Kyler and Aaron Rodgers, Bijan, Cook, Mason, Javonte, Rashawn, Algier, Garrett Wilson, Flowers, Deontay, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, J-Mo, Terry, McBride. Does need a kicker. No. Trades or drops? I don't think there's anybody.
I mean, you can drop Javonte if you need to. Like if you need a kicker, you can drop Javonte. I mean, I don't see any obvious sell highs. I mean, you got Bijan, Cook, Mason. You kind of don't really, and then Rashawn and Algier. So you don't really want to trade away a running back. Wilson, Flowers, Deontay, Reed, Christian Watson, Jameson. I mean, you're pretty deep at wide receiver. So, but I don't see like any where I'm like, oh, you have like, oh, this is a good time to trade that guy or whatever. So, I mean, if you want to try to like, it's never a bad idea to try to make a 2-for-1. Like if you can upgrade, like if you could take Terry McLaurin and I don't know, Jordan Mason and get like a Brees. I don't know if you can, you know what I'm saying? Like it's never a bad idea to try to do something like that, but outside of that, I don't see anything.
Yeah, you were talking about earlier. You got a pretty deep team on both sides. Running back, receiver. You got a good tight end, so I think you're good. And you're 2-1. You're doing fine. Mo, Fields or Caleb?
Caleb. I'm going Caleb this week against the Rams. Let's risk it with Caleb.
And then we got to sit one of these guys. Olave, Godwin, Neighbors, Coop.
Cooper's got to sit. I think. I mean, he could boom, but we also have seen Cooper bust. So just sit Cooper.
Yeah, the others are just too good. So Cooper's the one you sit. Eddie J, again, B-Rob or Akers?
But Brian Robinson definitely here. Definitely Brian Robinson.
Yes. Likely or Ertz?
Ertz. I mean, how many, like for real, how many fantasy points has Likely had since week 1? Like 3, 4 total? Give me Ertz.
Yeah, I know. They were like, oh, Mark Andrews disappeared. Not because Likely's taken over. He's not throwing it to any tight end now, which go figure. Yeah, I'll just go Ertz. Dustin Forsberg, Amari Cooper, or DJ Moore?
Man. I will give the slight edge to DJ Moore only because I like his quarterback more this week. But these are both great. These are both great choices.
I know they were both on the Boom video, weren't they? So both great choices. I would give the edge to Moore. So let's do that. And by the way, just to do a quick public service announcement, because we do have a little less than an hour till tonight's kickoff, and we will stay on, of course, till we answer every super chat for sure, and we'll do as many questions as we possibly can. If you still have questions after we get off tonight, questions for the weekend, whatever, you don't want to wait till the weekend to ask your question, there's an app for that. It's called Draft Lane. So Draft Lane is your way of connecting with us to do things like you would do here on the super chat. But if you don't want to super chat, or you can't wait, or you just want to do it later, tomorrow, whenever something comes up, anytime you can drop the chat here and ask us start sit questions, waiver wire trade, and even more. You can just use the ask a question feature and ask a general question. So download it for free. The app is Draft Lane. Go to the App Store or the Play Store, whatever store that your phone uses. It is free to download and to use all those features right now for limited time only. If you're new signing in here, you get a $10 credit in your account. So it's worth checking out and get basically some of those same super chat features, but for limited time, basically free. All right, so just let you know that. And if you did super chat right now, stay with us. We're catching up. Let's get to a couple of quickies here. Let's do a quick lightning round, some non-super chats. Right, for tonight, O2 mate Rico over Javante.
Yeah, just go with Rico.
Yeah, in this case, yes. Famas J, Dobbins or Etienne?
I'm still going Etienne here. He catches passes. Dobbins not in the good spot. I'm going Etienne still.
Yes, not a good week for Dobbins. Don't expect. How about Jay? Would you trade Zay and J-Mo for a wide receiver one?
Yes. By wide receiver one, I assume you mean like CD, Jamar, Amon-Ra. Yes.
Yeah, and then he said, or wide receiver two. No. I mean, isn't Zay already basically a wide receiver two?
Yes. I would not for a wide receiver two, but yes for a wide receiver one.
All right. Brandon Rosales, Dowdle or Cam Akers?
Cam Akers.
Yes. Trent Burke, Dak or Mahomes?
I'll go Dak. I'm not scared of this Giants defense, and especially this Giants secondary. Very banged up right now. Let's go Dak.
And this Pat Mahomes, droppable soon? No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? All right, let's get to Mentos 993. Has Hurts, Pollard, HN, D Hop, St. Brown, Henry, Cup, Shaheed, Eckler, Jennings, Addison, Irving. 14-man league. Anything to trade here?
I mean, again, try to sell high on Jennings while you can. I mean, it's a 14-team league. Jennings probably has a lot of value in this league right now. I'd be trying to sell high on Jennings right now, if at all possible.
Definitely. I think it's possible Shaheed still has got some sell high value, right? At least high as it's probably going to be.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, with Cup out, you want a more solid receiver. D Hop, don't really want him starting every week. So try to sell high on some of those guys and get an upgrade for a more high end, like maybe this case, like a wide receiver 2 type. Joshua Rogers, can we talk about benching Garrett Wilson this week? Okay, you should bench Garrett Wilson this week.
Yeah, we've said no to Garrett Wilson a lot. I certainly think it's possible. It depends on your options. Like, I'm not benching Garrett Wilson for some flyer, but if you have decent options, yes, you can definitely bench Garrett Wilson this week.
He is benchable. I will say, I think it was Keith, right? He asked in the Discord, okay, would you start Michael Wilson over Garrett Wilson?
No.
That might be where I draw. I talk about Michael Wilson. I like Michael Wilson as a flyer, what. I don't know. If it's my team, am I really doing that? Probably not. Only if I'm like, man, my team kind of sucks this week. I need some guy to go off and have 20 points. Okay, fine. That's kind of where the line gets drawn. NTY, pick a flex, Connor, Debo, Dunze, Pollard, and then Baker or Darnold.
I think you got to go Connor. Even if Debo plays, coming back from an injury, you don't want to risk that maybe he's somewhat limited or maybe he re-aggravates it. Odunze now dealing with an injury. Connor's in a great spot this week to bounce back. Let's just go Connor.
Yeah. Was down on Connor last week, big on Connor this week. I know, and someone said, we don't know. But Debo, I'm not going to assume he does play. So let's just go Connor here. Baker or Darnold?
This is close. I guess just roll with Darnold. He's been good. But this is close. I could see it being Baker as well. These guys are pretty close for me. But I might roll with Darnold just because he's in that Vikings offense. He's been so good.
Yeah. Again, not down on him. Although I think the matchup should favor Baker. Kind of like Baker's upside, Philadelphia defense. So I would probably roll Baker, not because I'm out on Darnold. It's nothing personal, Sam Darnold. Mississippi Queen. Happy Thursday. All right.
Thursday.
Ridley, Bucky, or probably Wandale Robinson.
I'm not even that high on Ridley, but I'm much higher on Ridley than these guys. Got to go Ridley.
If it's PPR, go Ridley. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, even if it's non-PPR, do you start either of those guys over Ridley?
No, probably not. Yeah, good point. Jerry Parado needs some help. Team is Gino, DKT, Bijan, Kyron, Fans. Well, we're a Seahawks fan here, huh? Chuba, Ayuk, JMO, JSN, McBride, Smith, and Dell. But don't play Dell.
Well, you have the entire Seahawks. The only thing you're missing is like the running backs.
Basically.
All right. Well, I don't know how many you need. You got to start Bijan and Kyron at running back. You got to start DK, and I think I got to go Ayuk over T. I guess you're starting Fant at tight end. No, I mean McBride if he plays, but I guess Fant if McBride doesn't play. I would probably flex T over Chuba, but that's the kind of guy I am. If you want like the more safety, you can go Chuba.
Yeah, I mean your lineup's mostly good. I would just say this. I mean, I know you seem to maybe be a Seahawks fan. If you already have Gino and DK and Jason, like maybe stream a different tight end. I mean, how much are we really expecting Noah Fant to do? Like, there's other tight ends you could stream. Just saying. All right, Romney Santana. Should I start Danny? I guess Dimes again, Danny Dimes, or wait on Love?
Well, you say it's super flex. So my question is, because the nice thing about super flex is you don't have to start a QB there. I mean, obviously you'd prefer to, but if you have a decent option, like a decent wide receiver or running back that you could throw into your super flex, I'd probably just wait on Love. Because this could, I mean, look, Daniel, maybe Malik Neighbors is so good that he's actually going to make Daniel Jones a thing. But this could be a game where Daniel Jones wrecks you. So I would probably wait unless you really have no other option at your super flex. Like you're gonna have to start, like I don't know, some complete flyer. Then maybe just play Daniel Jones tonight. But if you have a decent running back or wide receiver that you could put in the super flex, I would just wait.
I would wait too. I'd wait because I feel pretty confident Jordan Love's going to play. Seems like all signs are pointing that way. So just wait. Adam traded Zach Moss for Kenneth Walker. That was clutch.
Yeah, that was definitely clutch.
Yes.
Who's doing these trades?
Good job. All right. Interesting one here. Caught my eye. Michael Tolson, Garrett Wilson, or Jawan Jennings?
Yeah, Garrett Wilson, especially with the fact that Debo and Kittle might play now. Just go. I'll take whatever Garrett Wilson gives me.
Yeah, no, I'll just ask hypothetically if Kittle, Debo both out, like officially out tomorrow. Like, no chance they play. Still Garrett Wilson?
It's closer. Ask me again on Saturday.
There you go. That's why we stream on Saturday and Sunday. All right, Austin J. Someone offered Rashad White and Njoku for Olave.
No, keep Olave. Keep Olave. Definitely keep Olave.
Don't like it. Don't like it. Sun Lou. Purdy or Dimes?
This is definitely Purdy. Potentially getting all his weapons back, well, except for CMC. Definitely Purdy here. Definitely Purdy.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know how many more good games Daniel Jones would have to have. And again, good, meaning like he was statistically fine last week, but yeah, he's very far distance from the circle of trust. Hustle Kings is another one. Rico. Oh, we already answered this, right? Rico White or Braylon Allen?
Yeah, just go Rico. Oh, no, go Rashad White. Rashad White.
All right. Rough times. What's in the water with the hammy injuries? I know, right? It's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It's one of those one of those sweet years. Jacob Crockett in a 10-teamer traded JD and Diggs for Neighbors.
I mean, you already got Josh Allen. I think this has got to be a win.
And it is a 10-teamer, so I think that's fine to get should be an upgraded receiver there. 3-0, and you already just told us why. We're watching the videos every week. All right, that's awesome, Jacob. Yeah, I think that's a good one. All right, and then we have Miron Femi. Trade Godwin and Mixon for Tyreek and Pollard.
I don't think so. Godwin is already like playing like a stud. Why take the risk of Tyreek? Like, why even chance that maybe Tua doesn't come back? Maybe he doesn't come back like right away. Maybe you have to go 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks without Tua. Like, why even take that risk when you already have Godwin? And look, when Mixon comes back, Mixon and Pollard are at least even, if not slightly prefer Mixon. So no, I take Godwin and Mixon here.
Yeah, look, trading for Tyreek makes sense right now, but I don't feel like you're upgrading at the other position at running back. So that's why, yeah, it's just, you're taking on risk. It could blow up in your face. So probably not. Maybe a different deal. All right, Clyde Allen to drop the super chat wants to know in non-PPR, Dobbins, Aaron Jones for Harrison.
Oh, man. I was ready to just instantly say Aaron Jones, and then he threw in Marvin Harrison, but I think I still go Aaron Jones.
Because it's non-PPR. I know, and Harrison gets the Commanders this week, so we're at risk of having like a 200-yard, 3-touchdown game.
Maybe.
I know. I want to say Harrison, but it's non-PPR. Probably should go with Aaron Jones. I feel really good about Aaron Jones this week too. So it's definitely not Dobbins. I know that. Okay, and then we have looking for a comment from AJJ.
All right,
so AJ, if we see it, which my brain, when I saw that, for some reason I instantly thought of Jay Ajayi. You remember Jay Ajayi?
Oh yeah. Man, remember that year where he had like 4 200-yard games and like the other games were just mediocre, and then the next year everybody was like first rounder, and then he did not have any 200-yard games the next year. I remember.
I very clearly remember that. All right, AJ, we'll look if there's a comment here. Let's go Abel again. Ferger Goddard.
Got to go Goddard this week. I mean, unless somehow tomorrow AJ Brown and Devonta Smith both practice and are playing, got to go Goddard.
Yes. Trone is back with the recent news of Cup progressing. Would you still trade him? Yeah. Olave Bowers for Cup Hopkins.
Yeah, give me Olave Bowers. Definitely. Give me Olave Bowers in a heartbeat.
Yes. Because I know not really in on Hopkins, and sure, take Bowers. He's a tight end who actually does something once in a while. All right. Let's go to Cody Greenwood. Mike Evans, Olave, Cooper, or Jennings?
Only one. I guess it's Evans, but man, it's tough to have Olave and Cooper on your bench.
Yeah. Evans is pretty much a must start. I mean, we did say he was a must start. Just a smash spot. He'll get right. Okay. And then there it is. AJJ, would you give up on Likely or Komet to pick up Algier? What Bijan news? Was there news?
Yeah, Bijan was limited today with a shoulder injury. I'm not too worried about it, but I mean, yeah, you can drop Likely for Algier if you want.
That's fine. I think it's fine to drop a tight end, either tight end. I mean, sounds like you have both. Sure, drop them. Wasted the third pick on Laporta and Holding Hawkinson. I think we have 4 tight ends on the same roster. That's just not acceptable. Wolverine. You're welcome.
Wait, is that Wolverine with a San Francisco logo on his chest? It is.
Yeah, it looks like Niners. All right.
But it's like Wolverine, but he's got a San Francisco logo on his chest.
That's pretty cool. DK over
Yes.
Ayuk.
Definitely. Not a lot of wide receivers I'm starting over DK Metcalf this week. Definitely.
Right. I think this could be a big Ayuk week, but I'm fairly confident it's going to be a big DK week. And then, so would you trade CJ and Ayuk for
No.
Lamar? No.
Nah, I'm not giving up a really good wide receiver for a QB. I know CJ Stroud's been underwhelming so far, but not doing that.
No. Not worth it. Augustin, Puente, who to flex? B-Rob, Terry, Najee, or Swift? No.
Definitely not Swift. It's between B-Rob and Terry. Which commander do you want? Again, I kind of feel like this is floor versus ceiling. Not like Terry doesn't have a floor, but I think Brian Robinson's floor, like it'd be very shocking if Brian Robinson busted this week. Right? No Eckler going against the Cardinals run defense. Like I'd be very shocked if Brian Robinson did not have at least a good game this week. He may not have a great game, but he should at least have a good game. So if you just want you just want a really high floor, and I'm not talking like 10 points. I'm talking like maybe like 15, like 15-ish points. I think that's B-Rob. But Terry, we know, can get you that 25 points. So if it was me, I'd probably chase the ceiling of Terry.
Yep, it's a commander for sure. B-Rob for floor, Terry for higher ceiling. Elias Moreno, start Mason Achane or B-Rob?
I think I'm going Mason here. I mean, Mason's still he's getting insane volume, insane usage. He's in this 49ers offense. Not scared of that Patriots run defense. I'm going to go Mason.
These all very good choices. They're pretty close. Achane, I feel like, is your boom bust play, right? Has a high ceiling, but could have a low floor because,
Right.
B-Rob, I feel, is like maybe your safest, but not the high ceiling. Mason's kind of in between. Paul P, 12 team, pick 2 flexes. There's Rico again. Dowdle, AJB, Sharp, Mooney, P. Ryan, Mostert, Algier. Guillotine League. Can't get chopped. Well, you can't play AJB. I mean,
nope, man, that's tough. I think, if Walker is out, I think you got to go Charbonnet.
Yeah, with this group.
And then I'd probably go Mooney.
Yeah, Mooney. P. Ryan, not enough ceiling. Mostert, is Mostert even going to play? I don't know. No.
Even if he does, do you want to start? We're over here like debating, do we want to start Tyreek Hill? How are we going to start Raheem Mostert?
we just said no to Achane. I mean, how can we say yes to Mostert?
Right.
Yeah. All right, Paul. Good luck. Don't get chopped. Mark Cleveland. Brian Robinson for Olave.
Give me Olave. Definitely give me Olave.
Yeah. All right. Then we got Caden GB. What is up?
What's up?
In the hurricane. That's right. There's a storm blowing through Florida. Thankfully, not that I wanted to hit the Gulf Coast, but at least it's not on my side, the Miami side. 3 receivers in a flex, a tight end. I'm starting Nico and Rice between Ridley, Waddle, Odunze, Ferguson, and Bowers.
I think okay. So a guy I follow, Jacob Gibbs, who's really good, pulls up a lot of good stats, is saying this might not be a good Bowers week because whoever the Raiders are playing that I can't think of now, which I should know, they play a lot of single high man, and that's where he struggled this year, apparently. Cleveland, yes. So I don't know, but can I bench Bowers for Ferguson?
Maybe. I feel
well, there you go, Caden. Take that for what it's worth. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean that he's gonna get completely shut down. But
I will say this: I feel like Ferguson gives you more touchdown upside because he's actually scored touchdowns in the NFL, and this is a good matchup. I think it's okay to go Ferguson at tight end this week.
Yeah. All right, let's go Ferguson. So you need a wide receiver 3 and a flex out of these guys? Well, I would say Ridley and Odunze if Odunze plays. So Doomsday doesn't play. I mean, I can't flex Bowers over Waddle, can I? So it's either Ridley and Odunze or Ridley and Waddle.
There you go. I agree with all that. Leo Hilo, before tonight, Kyron and Ridley get Neighbors and Bucky. I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, gotta like Neighbors, but you're giving up a clear RB1, and Bucky, it's just not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Damian Lorenzo traded T for Ford and Worthy.
I still prefer T. I don't think it's terrible. I mean, look, Ford's still the guy. Ford does have a good matchup this week, and Worthy could still come around. But I still prefer T. But maybe T's just going to be a bust, and this will end up looking really good. So I don't think it's horrible, though, or anything.
I would say, given the state of the running backs that I see, Hall, Allen, Ford, I think it's fine because Ford is your RB2 now. I mean, you needed a running back. I think Ford is not my favorite running back to trade for. So I don't love the deal, in and of itself. I think if it was a slightly better running back, I would have felt a little bit better. It's okay, though. So hopefully Worthy pays off. Livewire. Trade the Niners combo for Brees and Diggs.
Yeah, just give me Brees and don't even have to worry about CMC. Although I did see something today where Kyle Shanahan just now said something like, we expect to start ramping up and testing that Achilles really hard soon for CMC. So maybe he's going to be back soon. But at the same time, I mean, last time I checked, knock on wood, because this changes almost hourly in today's NFL, Brees doesn't have an Achilles issue right now. So give me Brees and Diggs.
And you get Diggs for nothing, basically. I think it's worth it.
Yeah. Yep.
JMO was announced as a...
I'm guessing he means the person in his league with Jameson put him up on the trade block. And yeah, if you can trade Mooney and one of those running backs for Jameson Williams, I'd do it. Yes.
That's fine. Mr. Rivers. Lost. Okay, week 3's over. Don't worry. Are you okay? Picked up Michael Wilson. Are you flexing Wilson over Higgins?
I'm not. I mean, I know Higgins did not go off against the Commanders in week 1, but there's good signs for Higgins. I mean, he had a 26% first read share. Okay, target share wasn't super high. That was first game back. Ran 95% of the routes. He had 15 expected fantasy points. That's very solid. I think better days are still ahead for Higgins.
Oh, they better be. I like Wilson, and I still have a bone to pick with Higgins, but I'm gonna still keep Higgins in there for now, and I would start Ayuk for sure. Red Rifle over Geno?
Yeah, definitely.
Sure, why not? Daniel Martini needs to pick up 2 of these QBs.
I'm gonna go Geno and Mayfield. I don't know why you need 2, but you must have a reason. I'm gonna go Geno and Mayfield. Not feeling good about Rodgers against Broncos.
No. Mayfield, and then Geno would be next. And then need to flex, have Jennings, Terry, Etienne, or Shaheed.
I'm going Terry, assuming it's PPR. If it's complete non-PPR, then maybe Etienne.
So this caught my eye.
Well, Njoku's played less than a half of football, I think.
You hate Gesicki. Like, don't just you hate. No, there's no hate here. I just like Andrea. What's up, Andrea? Rico or Donald Mooney?
I'm gonna go Mooney. Maybe I'm missing something with Rico. Maybe Rico's gonna have a big game tonight. Maybe I missed something, but I like Mooney.
I assume it's just because the Cowboys play tonight, but Rico, a lot of Rico questions. No, you don't need to play Rico. Nicholas Poteo, Appreciate that. Let's stay undefeated. Higgins, Wandale tonight. Dobbins, J-Mo.
Got to play two of them. Let's go Higgins and Dobbins. Even though I don't love Dobbins' matchup this week, he's getting all the touches. Jameson Williams also in a really tough matchup. And T. Higgins could bust and score as many points as Wandale. T and Dobbins.
Yeah, out of this group, T is the one I'm definitely starting. I normally would say Jameson, but Dobbins for floor, I guess. I don't know. I don't even like Dobbins. Maybe I might just go. If it's PPR, I might even just go J-Mo and just hope he does something. Kadeem Ellington, Dowdle, Rashawn Lazard. Ouch.
All right, here I'll go Dowdle. Here I'll go Dowdle and hope for the best.
I don't think Rashawn Johnson takes control of the Bears' backfield.
I mean, maybe, but I'm not gambling on that in my fantasy lineup.
No, I still don't think the Bears are good at running the ball. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I might just, I don't know. Hope Lazard scores a touchdown. Can Rico score a touchdown? I guess he could.
I'm going to go Dowdle. Lazard against the Broncos. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, that's true. AV, Carr or Love?
Give me Love. And this is not Anonymous Vato. This is the other AV.
Oh, no. This is the OG AV.
Yeah, Love.
And then trade Hawk and Thielen, two IR guys for Tony Pollard?
Yes, definitely.
Someone's like, hey, I have room on my IR. Who can I go out and get? Seriously, Thielen? Why would... Oh, okay. Sammy, Njoku, Ertz, or the guy you hate?
Njoku if he plays, otherwise Ertz. Cannot play that Gesicki guy. Get him out of here.
Never. You can forget Gesicki. Njoku if he plays. Brandon Ahmed, who to start? Tolbert, Ford, Leggett, Mike Williams, or Tutu?
I'm going Ford. Ford's actually in a good spot this week. He reasserted himself in that backfield last week. I'm going Ford.
I think so. And then different league, need a flex. Thomas or Addison if he plays?
Yeah, just go Brian Thomas. Addison coming back from injury. Jalen Naylor involved now. I think I just go Brian Thomas.
Yeah, too risky to go with Addison right now. It's not like it's a great spot. I mean, it's not a great spot for the Jags either, and they're definitely not a great offense, but that's fine. Hope he gets a deep shot or something. Brendan Hebert. Jason, Diggs, Hill, pick one.
I might just go Diggs now. If Nico doesn't play, I think you have to start Diggs, honestly. But even if Nico plays, maybe just go Diggs. I mean, Dell is doubtful. It's the Jags. I think I just go Diggs.
I do think it is Diggs because even if Nico does play, I was still kind of high on Diggs, which again, this is one of those weird, wacky weeks. I'm like, I kind of like Stephon Diggs. I kind of like Najee Harris. I kind of like Jason has upside. I'm big on Jason this week too, but Diggs is going to be more of a short thing. And then Etienne, Achane, Aaron Jones, only one.
I think I just go Aaron Jones here. Revenge game.
Yep. Aaron Jones. Max Levy. You'll never believe it. It's a Rico Dowdle question or Braylon Allen.
I think I go Braylon Allen against the Broncos. I think there's enough. I mean, the Broncos' run defense is better than last year, but they're still pretty bad. I think there's enough here for Braylon Allen. I'm going to go Allen.
Yeah, I'm fine with Allen here. And then Teagan Powell, flex one. Jennings, Thomas, or Dotson.
Well, okay. If Debo doesn't play, then I'll go Jennings. But if Debo and Kittle both play, I'll just go Brian Thomas. I can't do it with Dotson.
No, let's see Dotson actually do something. So no, probably just put Jennings in there for now. If both those guys come back, you might pivot. And then this is Alex number 8.
All right.
Singletary or Jennings?
I think just go Singletary tonight. Don't risk the fact that Debo and Kittle might play this week. Just go Singletary tonight.
Yes, go Singletary. Lock him in. Cody Greenwood, Evans, Olave, Amari, or Deontay. It's an 8-man league.
Okay. Evans. For me, Evans, it's a good matchup against the Eagles this week. I'll go Evans.
Evans is a must start. Not pretty much. He is. He's a must start. Go Evans. Zachary Martinez. Which number 2 receiver tonight do you like better, Wandale or Cooks?
If Cooks is even the number 2, that's the problem. I guess I'll just go Wandale. Look, you know what's going to happen tonight? After we all wrote Cooks off, he'll have like a 50-yard touchdown or something. But, I mean, really, if he doesn't, just go Wandale.
Might as well go Wandale because at least he is the number 2 target there. Yeah, just go Wandale. Don't want to go too deep into it. All right. Are you prepared for another Wandale question? John's gimpy Halloween hands with the Mike Tyson avatar. Big props for the Mike Tyson's Punch Out reference there.
Okay, this is another one where I'd love to hear the story about John's gimpy Halloween hand. Like how did this happen? But we don't have time for that story, unfortunately. But I would love to hear about it.
All right. Wandale, Waddle, or Mooney?
Mooney. Just go with Mooney. More upside here.
Yes. All right, here you go. And this is funny. Damien's stop glazing Rico.
Who's glazing Rico? Not us.
I don't know. Everybody in the chat is. Okay. Rocky Greenwell, trade Kyron for Walker, Higgins, Charbonnet.
You get like all 3. You get all those guys? Yeah, I do that. I think I do that. You get Walker and Higgins and Charbonnet? Yeah, give me the. This is the time where I want the 3-player platter.
These are 3 good players. Yes. Yeah, if you're getting the 3, I think you can do this.
Yep.
Lex Dad, welcome back. Half PPR needs 1 flex between Ford, Mooney, JMO, Rashad White.
Again, maybe I'm a sucker, but I'm going Ford here. It's a really good matchup for Ford this week. He practiced today, so there's no worry about that. There's nobody challenging him in this backfield. I mean, the Raiders 30th against the run. I'm going Ford. It's half PPR. Let's go Ford.
Half PPR. Well, yeah, I was thinking Mooney. Half, maybe Ford is a little bit safer. Different team needs 2 flex. Tyreek Hill, Dobbins, Rashad White, Khalil Shakir, JMO again, Shaheed, or Akers. This time it's 4.
Yeah, I don't think I can start any of these guys over Tyreek Hill. I think I'm going Hill and Dobbins.
Hill and Dobbins. I think you got to start Hill here with this group. Am I coming around with Shakir? Am I thinking he's a solid start? I think
he is a solid start. But
I was worried about Dobbins this week. If it's full PPR, I think I'm going to go Shakir over Dobbins. All right. Tegan Powell now. Keon Coleman, Quentin Johnston.
Which guy who gets 1 catch for a touchdown do you want to start? I mean, I guess Keon Coleman. He has Josh Allen, not potentially Taylor Heineke. I guess Keon Coleman, but yeah. I think it could be neither.
Yeah, it probably won't matter. I think the injury to Herbert has me worried enough, and the matchup that I'll just sit QJ. So I guess Keon Coleman. Don't love Keon Coleman, but Shook Reels, Cousins, AR, or Darnold. P.S. AR is a bum. All right,
I'm going Darnold here. I'm not ready to stream Cousins just yet. I'm going to go Darnold.
Right. Cousins matchup is okay. In this case, go Darnold. Let's do Dathan Overby. Darnold or Stroud?
I'm going Stroud either way. Even if Nico is out, I think I'm still going Stroud here. It's a good matchup for him at home. Let's go Stroud.
Yeah, I still like Stroud. Nico hasn't been ruled out or anything. Even if oh man, I don't know. If Nico and Tank both don't play, maybe I'll go Darnold. But for now, I'd say Stroud. Pick one, Ford, Moss, Walker.
Walker if he plays. Otherwise, Moss. Moss also in a great spot against the Panthers, and he's in that Bengals offense. So Walker if he plays. Otherwise, Moss.
Yeah, Walker if he is good to go, which remains to be seen. Mo Marley, question is here. Has Keenan, Devontae, Adunze all questionable? Needs to have Jennings and Lockett. Wandale's available. Sutton, Watson. Needs to.
I would grab. In fact, I would just drop Lockett for Watson. Honestly, if it was me, and I would play Watson. I think you also need to pick up Sutton. Like I know Sutton has been great, but I mean he's getting so many targets in that offense. But you don't want to drop Jennings, I guess. So I don't know. I would probably drop Lockett for Watson and just roll with Watson if I had to and hope he has a big game with Love back. I mean, I think Keenan is playing almost certainly. Odunze and Smith are definitely in question. So hopefully you only need one and you can just roll Watson. But I guess you could still roll Jennings. I mean, I don't want to play Wandale tonight and then have Debo and Kittle be out this week. So I would drop Lockett, pick up Watson, start him, and then hope Keenan Allen plays and you don't need Jennings.
Yeah, I'm under the assumption Devontae doesn't play. Really doesn't sound like he will. It does sound like Keenan will play. I'll start a Bears receiver for sure. And then you can go Jennings if the Niners are out, or Watson if one of them comes back. All right, Tegan Powell, a little more detailed here. Needs one. Keon, Quentin Johnson, Irving, or Steele? Still Keon?
No, I think I'd probably just go Steele.
There you go. Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, he getting touches and still has a touchdown upside. So,
right.
I mean, he will give you an honest down, at least. We know that.
Yes.
Also, who out of Akers, Ford, Jennings, Wandale, or Johnson?
Ford. Ford and Akers close. I just like Ford's matchup a little more.
Yeah. That's totally fine. All right. Dustin Forsberg, trade Amari Cooper.
No.
For Moss.
I know you need running back, but you shouldn't have to give up Cooper for Moss. I know Moss is coming off a nice game because you got that cheap little touchdown at the end, but no, I'd rather give up somebody else for Moss or get a slightly better running back.
Yeah, I don't think Moss is enough here. So try to get a better one. Jacob Dorado tonight, Tolbert or Waddle?
I think I still go Waddle here.
Yeah. Dave, Wandale or Lockett?
I mean, whatever. Wandale tonight, I guess, so you have a rooting interest in the game. They'll probably both score like 7 points.
Yeah, it's a toss-up. Go Wandale. All right, who alter? All right, benching Andrews. Who's the better grab, Conklin Earths or the return of the Taysom Hill?
I talked about two of these guys on the streamers video, and one of them was not Taysom, so you can figure out who the two are. I say Ertz is the guy if you're just like, look, I just need it. Just give me some points. I just want my tight end to give me some points. That's Ertz. He'll get you like 8 to 10 points. He won't get you more. He probably won't get you less. If you want to shoot for more upside with a little more risk, that's Conklin. So go with your risk tolerance there.
There you go. Crazy Cajun. Josh Jacobs or DK?
DK, especially in PPR.
Yeah, gotta go DK. All right. Mr. Rivers needs a lineup here. 10-man standard. Andy or Gino?
Andy.
Yeah. Monty, Kyron, Mason, Achan standard.
Kyron and Mason.
Yes. Jefferson, Collins, Harrison, Tyreek, J-Mo.
Oh, man. I mean, Jefferson and Collins if he plays. But look, if Collins is even like a little bit like they're like, yeah, he's limited, I might just play Harrison. Collins, and I might just play Jefferson and Harrison and not even risk it.
This matchup, I think I would just play Harrison anyways. Jefferson, Harrison. I don't see anything about a flex. Okay, so Seattle or San Francisco defense?
San Francisco against the Pats seems pretty good to me.
Yeah. There you go. All right, Bobby Brook. drop Aaron Rodgers, Javante, or Rashawn Johnson for Njoku.
Aaron Rodgers is your QB2, right? You can drop Aaron
Yes.
Rodgers.
You can drop Aaron
You can
Rodgers.
finally
Remember,
do it, Bobby.
he's not a Packer anymore. No loyalty is required.
Exactly. You can drop him now, Bobby. It's okay.
Shook Reels. Here is the squad asking for trade help here. Full PPR 10-man. Hill, Shakir, Kirk, Achan, Jacobs, Mason.
Yeah,
Jones.
you need wide receiver help. You got Achan, Jacobs, Mason, Aaron Jones. Like, you're pretty good at running back. You need wide receiver help. Let's try to package like Jacobs or Aaron Jones. And then maybe somebody like Shakir, who has a lot of steam right now. People are very high on Shakir. And go get a solid wide receiver too. Go get like a Drake London, a Debo who's coming back. I don't know, a Devonta Smith, a Zay Flowers. Go get a Chris Olave. Go get somebody like that. That's what I would do.
There you go. Look, 1 and 2. It's not a big deal. You know, obviously the Dolphin injuries have, or the one Dolphin injury has hurt you. Andrews has been a bum. You'll be okay. Cup will come back, hopefully. Well, hopefully Anthony Richardson gets better. So, yeah. Then the real Dirty Dan 23, not the fake one.
All right.
DJ or Richardson?
Oh, this is like the line. Oh, man. I mean, they could both kill you. Can I really do it? Can I really put Daniel Jones in over Richardson?
I
don't think so.
I'm not doing it. Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson.
And I think we talked about this a little early. Antoine. What's up, Antoine? Bowers or Ferg? I'm okay going Ferg tonight.
Yeah, I'm okay going Ferg.
And then Miguel Perez. Kincaid or Ferguson?
I still think I go Kincaid here, but I'm okay with Ferguson too. I mean, like, yeah. And it doesn't matter that the guy you're playing has Dak. Like, if Ferguson has 6 catches for 60 yards, like, it doesn't matter that he had Dak.
No. Welcome back, Brother Pickle.
What's up?
It's 2-1. All right. If Nico is out and Njoku, try to trade. Well, look, I'm not going to make a trade just because of a 1-week absence.
Right.
Don't
do anything like that. Don't do anything like that.
No one wants Rashad White. Okay, that's understandable. Yeah, okay, here we go. This is a tight end premium. Half tight end premium. Start 2, 3, 1, 1. Akers, White, Bucky. Ouch. Okay. Chase, Shaheed, Michael Wilson, D-Rob, Tolbert.
Okay, so I assume. Okay, so he's showing us if Nico and Njoku are out. Going Akers and White. Chase, you need 3 wide receivers. Chase, Wilson, I guess Shaheed. Chase, Wilson, Shaheed. And then, like I just said, actually, it's funny. Conklin, Ertz, and Parkinson are my 3 streamers this week. Conklin and Parkinson are your risky ones. Ertz is your safe one.
Yeah, so I mean, you can pick up one, again, assuming Njoku doesn't play, stream one, and you could even flex one. If it's a premium, I don't know if you want to, but based on your options, you might have to. All right. Stay with it, Brother Pickle. Alex Stevens, Michael Wilson, Jalen Tolbert.
Give me Michael Wilson against the Commanders.
Oh, yeah. Michael Wilson, a good streamer. And, yeah, Tolbert, like, I don't know what the ceiling is here. All right, we're getting close to game time, so we're going to try to make sure we answer all the ones that have to do with tonight. So we're going to stick just to Super Chats. I'm going to scroll down, and let's do them as much as we can. Of course, I scrolled too far now. Let's go to Rodrigo Rendon. Who to start here? Don't know how many you need.
All right, assuming 2-2-1, I'm going. Okay, you got Monty Bijan, good. Neighbors, Marvin Harrison, Devonta Smith probably out. So I'll say if Devonta Smith is out, which is looking likely, I'll play Odunze. But if Odunze is also out, I'll probably go Shakir.
All right. There you go. Jason Priddle is an interesting trade question involving CD. I don't know if you can pull this off. He's saying I have Rice trade CD for Nico and Reed.
Ooh, this is a very, very good offer for CD Lamb. I have a feeling we're going to see CeeDee Lamb go nuclear tonight. This is a very good offer for CD, but I think I just hold CD.
Yeah, I just don't know. I'm not worried that Nico's gonna be out like long term. I don't know. Rice and CD, just roll with it, right?
Yep.
Okay, Michael Barton wants to know: could you start Devin Singletary over Derrick Henry?
I mean, I like Singletary this week, but not over Derrick Henry. No.
Yeah, no. You just start Derrick Henry. This is why I say I just keep him in my lineup, even when you don't think he's gonna have a good game. He does what he did, so I just got to roll him. All right. Will Davies, 10-team standard. Is it insane to start Michael Wilson over McLaurin? No,
Yes.
but would you?
Well, okay. I think it's insane. No, I would not.
Well, he's saying if Harrison is out, I don't think Harrison's going to be out, is he?
Yeah, I don't think Harrison's going to be out.
I mean, part of the reason I say Wilson is a strong streamer because McBride definitely could be out, but I don't think Harrison's going to be out.
Right.
Blake wants to know: do I trade Ladd, McConkey, and Chubb?
I don't think there's. I think if I had like a trade value chart with every possible player, I think Hunt would be at the very bottom. Like there's literally no player I would trade for Kareem Hunt.
Right. So no, don't do this. Please don't do this. Let's go back to AV. Drop Naylor for Sutton.
I think so. I mean, Sutton is clearly the wide receiver one there. I mean, Naylor had some, nice games. But he's just scoring touchdowns. It's not like he's so involved. Addison's coming back. Give me Sutton.
Right. With Addison coming back, go with the guy who's clearly the number one receiver in his team. You can do this. CB 420, Purdy or Geno?
I mean, I was Purdy before there was a chance that Debo and Kittle would be back. Now that Debo and Kittle might be back, definitely Purdy.
Right. Yeah, not a terrible matchup here, so go Purdy. Joshua Rogers, Stevenson, or Ford over Garrett Wilson?
Stevenson, maybe, not Ford.
No, not Ford. I think it's fine for Stevenson, especially if it's half PPR. All right.
I think we missed this one from Bobby.
Yeah, I was going to go back and make sure we don't miss any tonight questions.
Okay.
Let's do this, though. Rest of season? Okay.
Rest of season, I'm going to go Wilson, Flowers, Deontay, Terry, Reed, Jameson. But these are all really good options. These are all really good choices.
And they're all kind of close. I think I'm going to barely go Flowers, Wilson, Deontay, Terry, Reed, JMO. All right, let's see. We did this earlier, but Dan Bohm wants to know Wandale or Lockett or Waddle. I think it's the same one.
I'll still go Waddle.
Double Eski, Dallas or KC for defense?
I like KC. I feel like they just have such a very high floor this week against the Chargers with probably Taylor Heineke. And they're a better defense. Give me KC.
Yes, definitely against the possibly non-Herbert Chargers. Okay, Santos for tonight. Malik Neighbors or Mike Evans?
I think you got to go Neighbors.
And I don't know. I think I'm going to Evans because it's a great matchup. They were just talking about, hey, why isn't he been involved? I think he's going to be very involved. So I don't know. Yeah. You can't lose with either choice. Right. So if Evans is good to go, I think it's Evans, but you're fine with Neighbors. Let's see. Anything else involving a Cowboy or a Giant? Gonna check those out. I don't know. It's almost kickoff time. So you guys, Miguel, I think we answered this. Kincaid or Ferguson? We did answer this.
Yeah, I'm still Kincaid, but I'm also okay with Ferguson. Like it really, yeah. That's fine. Darth Vader has one last second. Daddle, Steele, or Walker. Well, I'm going Walker if he plays. Otherwise, Steele.
Yeah, if it's Kenneth Walker is good to go, it's Kenneth Walker. If not, it's Seal. You don't have to put Dowdle in there. And then we did answer this several times, but Brandon Carpenter, Cooks, or Wandale?
Just go Wandale. Maybe Cooks hits a big play, but he could be behind Tolbert. So just go Wandale.
There you go. Ben Haskell. Would you start Neighbors over one of Nico Mason or Kyron?
For right, yeah, just look until if Danny Dimes is terrible tonight and Neighbors is terrible, then okay, fine. But the way Neighbors has played the last 2 games, I can't bench Neighbors right now. Yes.
Which one though?
Any of them? I guess the one I'd probably bench the most is Mason.
Nico might not play, so just be ready. You might not have to worry about this.
Yeah.
Cooks or Tolbert?
Tolbert.
All right. I think it's pro. Come on. All right. Whoops, sorry. Tolbert or Waddle?
Waddle. Still going Waddle. And then we got a super chat here. Oh.
Half PPR. Owen got offered MHA.
Is that Marvin Harrison? And Monty? I think you got to take Marvin Harrison and Monty here. As much as it's not fun giving up CD, you're getting a very high-end stud wide receiver in Marvin Harrison and a very good RB2 in Monty.
All right, yeah, MHJ. He clarified. It is Harrison. Harrison and Monty for CD.
Yeah, I think that's enough for CD, yes.
That helps your helps your team. All right, you can do that. All right, it is game time. I think we got caught up, right?
Yes, we did it. We didn't even have to lightning round the super. We were fine. We were ooh.
It's always down to the wire. All right.
Rico Dowdle, 6 yards first carry. Are we already going to be wrong on Rico Dowdle?
It would be fitting, wouldn't it? Let's see. All right. Well, enjoy the game. I know y'all are going to watch it, as we are too. And enjoy the rest of the videos that are coming out. We still got more. The start sits out, but also booms. And then you're going to see some streamers beat the breakout. And then we'll see you Saturday afternoon for the first big long start sit stream before the weekend, once we know all the injury updates. And then, of course, again, Sunday morning for your last minute latest advice. So we'll see you on the weekends. Have a good evening, everybody. And, of course, you still got questions. Anything you want to think about before the weekend, don't forget, check out Draft Lane, free app. And you can get it from App Store, Play Store. You get that $10 credit still just for a little bit longer if you do sign up. So check it out if you haven't already. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.